In today's video, we're going to see how this 22-year-old entrepreneur started his laundromat business while he was in college.
If you see yourself dreading it, don't do it. Because the way this business is I've had so many imbalances, but it's like at the end of the day, I know this is still what I like and I enjoy. If you don't think you'll like it, don't go into it.
Let's see how he did it. All right, so we're so excited to be here today with Ali. Thank you for welcoming us into the Wash Club.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a beautiful space. I can't wait to take a look around it a little bit more. But before we get into that, tell us about yourself and about how you got started and how long you've been in the laundry industry.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Ali Momin. I'm a recent college graduate from Georgia State University, and we launched this establishment about a year ago. We're hitting a year this month on June 18th.
Nice.
I started the whole adventure while I was in college, from the planning to construction all the way to opening, and I graduated after we were in business for about 5 to 6 months.
That's awesome.
I come from a family line of business. My father's in the fast food restaurant industry, and I grew up working with him and doing a lot of things with fast food, but I slowly started to realize after so many years that that's not what I wanted to do. I want to choose a own different line of business that is something different and serves a different purpose and has different line of operations. So doing all of my research, do's, don'ts, I ended up landing on laundry.
So tell me about this space that we're in.
Yes, so the laundry is 6,000 square feet, and I do own the building. We did purchase the building. Me and my family were huge on real estate as well. So this was not only a laundry opportunity, but something to get into the commercial real estate space as well.
Sure. Can I ask, what did you study at Georgia State?
Yes, ma'am, I studied management.
Okay.
Business management.
All right.
Yes.
Well, that's right in line with what you're doing.
Exactly, but
Okay.
I didn't really learn anything from there.
Well, you learned something, but it's different. Textbook learning versus actual hands-on learning is different. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
It gave you the background to jump in and be very successful here, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely. It gave me a little bit of insight,
Yeah.
And allowed me to kind of put some things into perspective, look around and see, hey, is this better or should I make this decision, which is better? So it did put on a different kind of thinking cap, but overall I would say is nothing is better than real world hands-on experience.
Absolutely. I agree with you 1,000% on that.
Yes, ma'am, especially in this line of business.
Exactly. You mentioned that you did a lot of research and you landed on laundromats. Why? What was it about this field that interests you?
Laundry will always be around. So outside of just the community factor, we thought of everything, right? We thought about sustainability, something that goes with that will serve a good purpose,
right,
and something that's different. We don't see a style of this type of laundromat around here quick enough or more enough, so that's what we wanted to bring as well.
Tell me a little bit about the services that you provide here. We're going to get into more detail as we begin our tour, but before we get into that, tell us high level what you do.
Obviously, you guys see the facility. We have three main different services that we provide here. Number one being self-service. So any type of customer can come in here, choose the machine that they want, and put their own laundry and start the machine, do it the way they want. Second, we offer drop-off services for wash and fold. So customers come in, drop their clothes off at the front, we process them, and they come and pick them up within a 24-hour window, or even a little bit after. Sometimes clothes will stay for many days. And the third service we offer is pickup and delivery. So pickup and delivery is still new. We just launched pickup and delivery, I want to say about 2 to 3 months ago.
Yeah.
It is picking up, but we're currently trying to market that and get that out all the way.
I can't wait to talk to you more about each of those things as we continue.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So now that we've gotten through the first part, let's take a tour. Let's walk around and tell me what you got here.
Definitely, let's do it. Let's go. We'll start off at the front of the store.
So we're outside now of your beautiful ex-police station building here. Tell us about it. Tell us about the parking lot.
Yes, ma'am. So we are currently located on Old National Highway. As mentioned before, Old National Highway is one of the busiest streets in Metro Atlanta area. We're at the corner of Jerome Road and Old National Highway. This is an 8,000 square foot building, and this is our next door space that is currently available for lease. We have about 20 to 25 parking spaces in between if you mix in the side curb areas and the back. Although customers, we don't really allow them to park in the back. But yeah, if you mix in everything, you have about 20, 25 spaces, and there's about 40,000 cars that pass through here every day.
What about the demographics around here? Can you tell us anything about that?
Yes, so demographics is very, I want to say mainly solid, but they fluctuate a little bit. The reason being because you have your standard population of people who live around here, but also the population density within a certain mile radius stretches a little far out where you're hitting different consumers. So for example, around here you have a lot of apartments that are great for our self-service customers, but you also have a lot of suburban style neighborhoods that serve our wash and fold and pick up and delivery market.
Okay, Ali, that's a great setup. Now let's take a look inside this beauty.
Let's go.
So what do you have over here?
All right, so these are our 80-pound dryers. Probably feel like 2 or 3 different human beings in here. So this dryer
Let's try that out. Okay, some young people might actually do that. This is not for doing at home. Okay, so tell us about 80 pounds is about how many loads?
Yes, so 80 pounds is about 8 loads, give or take. So it's a huge machine.
And how many of these do you have of the single pocket dryers?
So single pocket 80 pounds, we have 8 different dryers and 8 different washers. So we try to keep an even mix of each style of equipment. So these are our 80s, those are our 50 pounders, and it goes down to 30s over there.
What do you have next?
Yes, so these are our 50-pound stack dryers. They're same thing, they're just stacked pocket dryers. So these are also pretty big as well for your mid-size loads.
Mid-size human.
Yes.
Right, those are for the big human.
Yes, correct, correct.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. We also give 24 minutes on these, and they are a little cheaper, hence the size, but they do the job pretty well as well for 24 minutes.
Okay, I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me about your payment system. It looks like you are hybrid. I see quarter slot here and then a cents payment system. Tell me about that.
Yes, ma'am. So we definitely are hybrid. We wanted to give something to the consumers who are around here, right? Because everyone doesn't like digital currency.
Right.
And I have noticed that a lot of the older population likes to still use their quarters and they like to come in with their cash and use their quarters. So we wanted to make, our goal was to make the experience as easy and as good as possible. So we want you to be able to come in with your stuff, go straight to the machine and pay, either by quarter or insert your debit card directly in here, or scan this QR code and kind of use it as a loyalty card system by adding credit and starting machines from there.
And about what percentage of your customers use the quarters versus use the payment system?
So our main usage is definitely credit card. I would say it's about 70-30 split. We only do 30% in about cash or quarters, and it's honestly declined over the time with more switching into credit card, which is not terrible, but as long as people get to use what they want, that is our most important factor.
And I know you got the processing fees, but then you offset that with the ease for the customer, and hopefully that means that they'll come back and they'll continue to come back.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. That is our goal.
Seems like you got it laid out really nicely, and I see you got nice, beautiful stainless steel folding tables here.
Yes. Yes,
kind of in this whole section.
The stainless steel
makes
tables,
sense right by the dryers. People come and they can put their clothes and fold them up.
Correct. So that was another thing. Funny enough, when our original layout when the first store opened was the tables were kind of butted up against the bulkheads, and a lot of our customers like to give great tips and great ideas. We will always hear it out. And there's this one very great customer of mine, and specifically that I'll always remember, and she gave me the best, brightest idea to move everything to the middle and put up chairs closer to the bulkhead, so that way it becomes an evens out space. Well, we have about 16 feet between the bulkhead and the dryers. So we were able to make that work by making that middle section of just tables.
And tell me about the floors. Why did you decide to go with these floors?
So this is stained polished concrete. As you can see over time, with bleach being spilled on the floor, detergent being spilled on the floor, many things being spilled.
Sometimes
yes, correct. The stain starts to kind of fade away, and even with walking, it'll just kind of go away a little bit, so it looks like your standard floor. The reason I went with this is because I was kind of against tile, just due to, I know the amount of movement that would be necessary. You know, eventually we may have to move a machine or two, we have to move tables and things like that. So we decided, hey, if we were to go to tile, and if one tile breaks, you have to repair all around them. The grout gets dirty on tile. Tiles can look outdated very quickly. So it was just many reasons why I chose overall, hey, I don't think I want to do tile. I explored all my options, and aesthetically, this was the greatest, but over time, it starts to not be aesthetically pleasing, but it's okay because it still fits the overall concept of the store.
What's going on up? We're looking around, but look up a bit too. This is really awesome.
So that was one major thing for us, was we wanted to give that industrial type feel.
Yeah.
We wanted to be open, welcoming, and bright ambiance, but we also wanted to give that modern industrial feel versus the standard drop ceiling that you have in all other types of businesses, whatever the case is. So if you look up, you'll see a gray painted ceiling. It's in battleship gray, and we have blue ceiling clouds to kind of provide a little bit of light against the dryer aisle area, and we have more blue ceiling clouds on the other side to also provide that pop of color and that more light coming down.
Okay, blue ceiling clouds.
Yes.
Yes, I love that
term.
term.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's look at your washers. What do you have here?
So these are our 18-pound Electrolux machines, our 18-pound washers. If you come up and see the different cycles, we have many different options. So our standard options are a cold, hot, and a warm cycle. On the smaller machines, we also have a quick wash and a delicate cycle. The most unique thing about this machine specifically is that it has a cycle just for your shoes. So if people want to come in and wash their shoes, we have a pre-programmed cycle where they can just come in, add their soap, press the shoe cycle button, pay, start it up, and they're ready to go. Obviously, it takes a little bit of training to let customers know the shoes can't go in the dryer, but that's fine. It comes with the process. But yes, it is still a great opportunity for them to be able to wash their shoes in the washing machine.
Perfect. And now tell us about the restrooms.
So these are our restrooms. Looking at them from the outside, they don't look too cool, nothing crazy, but if we go inside in them, you will see that they are actually, we wanted to design them in a very specific, nice and clean manner, to where customers come in and they see a bathroom that doesn't look something like your average. We wanted to create some sort of, modern, cool design, something that you don't really see in a laundromat or many other businesses. When you go, it's the basic rough bathroom, whatever the look is. And I did this personally because I am a huge fanatic of, remodeling and just design.
I figured that.
Yes. I'm very big on design and like finishes and the look of stuff, tile, things like that. So I wanted something ecstatic that kind of popped at your face and pops. Something different.
Now let's see what you got here.
So
what about these machines? These are the 30-pounders?
Yes.
These are 30-pound.
These are our 30-pound machines, so one step above from our 20-pound machines. You'll see that this, starting off, if it's not the 18-pounder, moving on, you'll see the different style of soap box. So this is our soap box that comes with the Claris Vibe Electrolux 450G. You have space for your liquids, your bleach, and your fabric softener. And these two cubby holes are for your powder. There's a diagram that shows exactly where goes what, but what we like to do is I like to train my attendants to really check in and help customers, because a lot of them won't ask for help. Some of them will be shy, some of them think they got it, and some of them just don't want help, or they think they may not need it. But surely enough, a lot of them do recognize that, hey, me asking will probably allow me to get a better experience. So that's why we like to take the step forward and check in with them to ensure that experience is good. Another really cool thing about these machines is that you can change the language on them. So we have also a lot of foreign customers that come in, again, either from the airport or a lot of people who speak a different language. We have a huge Hispanic crowd around here and a huge African population that speak French. So it is a great thing for them because they speak multiple different languages. So what they can do is we teach them when they come in, hey, you come in, you touch the screen, and you can choose whatever language you want.
And that takes us to your kids area. This
Yes,
is so
ma'am.
cute. Tell us about this.
Thank you. So the kids area, we built it to kind of provide that great space to parents who bring their children along to come to do laundry. You notice that there is a large fraction of parents who bring their kids in. It turns in kind of to an issue for parents because they have to manage laundry and children at once. So we built this as a way to cater to the local community and our clientele to where they can come in and sit with their kids here a little bit while they're doing laundry. We have a book station so they can read books, they can do coloring books, whatever they choose. A lot of children will sit down here with their iPad and things like that.
So tell me what you got here.
So these are our 3 vending machine system, our tri-vending from Vendrite. We wanted to, since we are not in a plaza, or even if we were in a plaza, we're on a freestanding building, I wanted to make it a one-stop shop. I want customers who come in here to do their laundry to be able to not have to go anywhere else for anything, be able to suffice their time here, whether that be with your children, whether that be you doing work up front, or whether that be the supplies you need. So we made one section just for one machine just for our drinks. We have many different varieties of drinks in there. Right now it is a little bit empty, but I promise when this thing is full, it has more drinks than a gas station. More better flavors and better types of drinks than a gas station.
And it probably empties pretty quickly, so.
Yes.
Now, do you own these or somebody else manages
So
for you?
I own these. I purchased them when we purchased the equipment for the buildings or for the laundromat. So I am responsible for purchasing the product, getting the machine refilled, doing all the inventory and logging and everything. And yes.
So what do you got over here? You got an ATM?
Yes, so we have an ATM, currently does need to be refilled, but this is our ATM. We wanted it for people who would want to do cash transactions, but there's a lot of walking traffic on Old National. So you have a lot of people who also come in here just to use the ATM and our vending machines and then leave from there. So we have this just for whoever wants to use it. We don't mind who uses it, and for whatever reason you have that. Moving on, this is just a little poster board showing how the Sense system is used, so you can insert your physical card or use a QR code. And this is our change machine. So standard old school style, you put your cash in, get your coins out, and go to the machines and it'll start them up.
You got your panels here. Do you have one on the, on the end of each bulkhead? You have the breaker panels for the washer.
Correct, yes. Each bulkhead does have its own panel. This is very important for when you have machine issues and things. So the number one I train all of my staff on is if you have a machine that leaks, no matter whether it's an issue on the machine or it's an issue for the customer leaving clothes in the seal, turn the machine off. Because if you don't turn the machine off, it turns into a whole pool of
and
mess.
Safety hazard,
yes.
right. Not worth it. Turn it off.
Correct, yes.
And start it over if you need to.
Yes, correct. Yes, ma'am.
What do you got here?
Over here, so moving on, you got your sales counter. So this is our drop-off wash and fold area.
Yes.
Customers will come in and drop their laundry off right here at the counter. You got your scale, got your label printer, got your system, and everything else that's included. So yeah, this is, our attendants don't stay up here. So what they're instructed to do is just kind of monitor the area as a whole, and if they're cleaning, and if keep a eye out periodically, and if someone comes up here, then to head up here and take the order and do that.
Tell me about the POS system that you use here.
So I had used the Sense system. We have the tablet with the card reader, receipt printer, and label printer with the scale as well. So customers come in, they'll drop their stuff off, and we'll weigh it in and print the necessary receipts and labels, process the order, and go from there. Moving on, we'll go to the data room. So side note, we have a key card and a PIN code access entry system. So this is a unified Ubiquity system that we added. It's access control, so I can control all the doors remotely from my phone, which is great because it makes it a lot easier when people need to get in and out. Some access areas can be accessed by certain people, some people can't. So it works out amazing for everyone. Cool. So follow me. It's pretty standard back here. You got your shelving, you got your counter area with all of the POS equipment, and we also wanted to provide a TV that has all of the cameras, so that way
So
if
your
our
attendants can see what's going on when they're back here.
Correct.
No surprises.
Safety was a big concern for
Right.
me because the store is so big and there's one attendant or two attendants on each shift. But even if attendants are in and out and busy, this allows them to get a great big view of, hey, what's going on outside the store.
Beautiful.
Also, I'm not sure if it's on, but the TV outside has a large camera setup as well. So it's the same thing on that enlarged TV.
Okay.
And as soon as you enter through the door,
You know
see
you're
the
being
cameras.
videoed.
Yes. All right. So this is our data/mechanical room. As you can see, if you walk in, this is sort of the brains of everything and where everything starts off. So you have your major electrical panels here. Since we did repurpose the building and we added a separate space, we have 800 amps of electrical service here. So as you know, a standard laundromat requires 600 amps, and we have another 200 amps separate sub-service for the next door space when we build that out, whenever the case is. So those are electrical panels. These are our tankless Rinnai water heaters. We have 5 of them to make sure there's ample amount of hot water going out at all times. So, and we keep all of them on as well. So whenever they need to kick on and run, you have that. Another thing, as you can see, all of your plumbing is down here as well. We keep our clean rags and all of that stuff around here. This is the cleaning cart. Trash and stuff that needs to be taken out can go on this edge and is moved around, taken out the easiest way possible. Going from here, you have behind the dryer. So this is our behind the dryer space.
This is beautiful, Ali.
Thank you.
This is beautiful. It's well lit.
Thank you.
Spacious.
Yes.
It's clean.
Yes.
Very, very nice. So tell us about this and why did you design it this way?
So funny enough, I didn't even really design it this way, but my contractors I'm very glad they took a proper initiative to do the dryer behind the dryer wall correctly. It is pretty decently spacious. It doesn't feel like the wall's collapsing on you.
It doesn't.
I think part of the high ceiling has a part of the reason to do that. I love the industrial feel of it. So you have all the conduit running with the outlets, the gas lines above your head, all the lighting. So yes, and it's a great long wall as well. This is our little storage room. As you can see, you got a little storefront window. The reason I did this is because I ended up being acknowledged the fact that my dryers wouldn't run all the way to the end of the wall, and because we made the floor space so big, I was a sucker for storage. So I'm like, what is the best way I can implement the most amount of storage? And after finishing out the plans, we landed on this small size room.
You know what I really like too? How you did the blackout curtains on the front. So that's nice. It's neat. It's easy. You can easily slide them over if you want some light in here, but when they're closed, nobody outside is seeing what's happening in here.
Nope. And even if we move the blackout curtains, there's 5% tint on the window. So you're never seeing inside of this no matter what.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now that we've seen behind the dryer and your storage area, let's go take a look at the bulkhead.
So let's do that.
Yeah. So this is the bulkhead for its 80-pound machines, and we see in there you've got a nice drain trowel in there.
Yes.
And now, who is responsible for cleaning that out?
My staff. So right now, please excuse it is a little bit dirty. But what we do sometimes is, no matter how much we clean this, it'll recollect right away. So what we like to do is, obviously we will keep it clean. But on Sundays when it's really busy, what we'll do sometimes is we'll just pop the screen out. And the reason being because when all of the machines are running at once with too much soap, sometimes it can't handle that load and water will start pouring out because of the screen. So what we'll do sometimes is we'll just pop the screen out and let all the water run through and do its thing and make it easier for everyone.
Okay.
But yes, this is obviously behind the back. Servicing whatever is necessary is easy. I've actually climbed in a couple of these myself. A lot of times, not good memories, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's it.
Right.
Yes.
You're in charge of everything, right?
That's
Not
it.
just the fun stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, Ali. So tell me what a typical day for Ali looks like.
So walking in, I make my standard entry through the back because I park in the back. So I'll walk through with all of my stuff, come in, set my stuff down, obviously greet my staff. And then after that, it's kind of a free roam, but at the same time, I like to do certain steps daily that make sure like we're all good. So number one thing I do is I will check a lot of all the equipment. Some stuff might go out of order within the past day that I got there, so I'll walk up to that, check that out. Just basically walk the floor, speak with customers, make sure things are clean the way they should be. If something's not done, either get it or make sure it's completed. All the way from cleaning to repairs to small stuff that just may grab my eye.
So you do your repairs?
No, I do not do my repairs.
Okay.
Shout out Barry Williams and Dan Yoon.
So are you here every day?
Most of the time, yes or no. The one good thing is I have my staff trained well enough to where I have a lot of exterior commitments outside of here. So if there is a day where I can't be here, sure, I can make it work. But other than that, if I don't have anything going on, I'm usually here most of the times.
So tell me about your staff in general. And here, like, how do you manage it? You have managers, assistant managers. Will any of the people that work here also work there? It sounds like it's pretty far apart, so maybe not.
Yes.
But so talk a little bit about that, and then what they do, like what their typical work days are like.
So in regards to my staff, what we like to do is I have about 7 to 8 different employees. The reason being because we only keep 1 to 2 people on each shift, mainly 1 person, but certain busy days we'll keep 2,
right,
just to kind of alleviate and help with, hey, you got wash and fold and you have to take care of customers and make sure they're right, good. So sometimes we'll have 1, sometimes we'll have 2. Our staff is responsible for ensuring the cleanliness, the customer service, and the wash and fold aspect of the store. They're responsible for making sure that when people come in here, they have a great experience. I don't like to sell my customers anything short of that. I want them to come in here, feel content, and want them to come back by all means necessary.
Sure.
So that's why we like to take the initiative of, helping people out, making sure they do well, making sure they understand the equipment, and making sure that their wash experience is great.
Okay, Ali, so I noticed you have some pretty high-tech things going on in here, so I appreciate if you can walk us through some of them.
Yes, ma'am. So our goal was to create a very automated type situation.
Yep.
I wanted to be able to see everything from the convenience of my phone, control as much as I can from my phone, and kind of just not be worried at different times if I'm away or if I'm at home, and really try to keep an eye out. As I mentioned earlier, we have an access control system. So this is our Ubiquity Access control system. It's ran by Cat 6 and it's all throughout the whole store. So each door that leads into another space has this for you to be able to control and get inside of it with a key card or a PIN code. So this is used for my morning staff mainly. Morning staff, when they come in, they can either scan their card or they can enter in a PIN code, and it'll allow them to get in and the door will open and we can walk right in. And I'll show you, for example, this is my key card. If I scan this, boom, door opens right up. Cool?
Lovely.
We can walk right in.
Your security cameras up here.
Yes. Another thing I wanted to do was cameras. When obviously we plan to install security cameras, but since the space is so big, I wanted to make sure there were no blind spots and everything was covered. Hence, what we did was, hey, if you look around, you will see, no matter which direction you turn, a security camera.
Sure.
Between the exterior and interior, we have about 40 plus cameras. So we have all the alleyway on the side is covered, the side entrance is covered, front is covered, inside is fully covered, the back is covered, everything is covered. And we wanted to do it by space section, and we show the TV visual to let people know that they're on video.
Anything else you want to say about the surveillance system?
Surveillance, so we do have your standard alarm system. I do have sensors on the doors for alarm, so at nighttime we'll arm the alarm, and God forbid if something happens, the alarm will go off. So I'm glad we definitely have the alarm system. That is a big deal. But outside of that, those are the main key things. The access control system was the biggest for me. I would say that's probably the most convenient thing I have spent my money on in this store, is that money I put for that access control system. Amazing.
For all the doors?
Yes,
anywhere.
For all the doors, yes. It's great.
Okay, Ali, so tell us a little bit more about the initial investment that it took to bring all of this here.
So What we did was we started off in different structures. So I will say getting this project up and going was a very long and difficult process. We had a year of just purchasing the building and trying to get that locked in and get the process ready before we even broke ground on the laundromat section of it.
Wow.
So what we did was we purchased the building, and the building needed major renovations and major framework. And then getting into the laundry and things like that, I'm all in, I would say, hitting, if you add everything, hitting 3 million with the building included. Now the laundromat portion itself, I would say, is a little more than half of that. So around 1.5, 1.7. But yes, that's with all of the finishes, the nice part, the clouds, everything turnkey. That's pretty much where we're at.
Any advice that you'd have for somebody trying to do this, or maybe even not this, or something close to this? What advice would you share that you've learned in this journey of yours?
If you see yourself dreading it, don't do it. Because the way this business is I've had so many imbalances, but it's like at the end of the day, I know this is still what I like and I enjoy. This was a major thing that I chose to do and fall into because I like the efficiency and the way the business works. So that was a large, big thing for me. But any advice is, if you don't think you'll like it, don't go into it, because you'll be really bored and you won't have the interest to actually take in what you need to learn to succeed in the business. That's a major thing for me. Don't be afraid to experiment, because what may work for you may not work for someone else, and what works for someone else may not work for you. Yes.
Right, that's great advice. Very, very good. Tell me about your journey with the CLA. I know you're a member and I've seen you at some of the conferences. Tell me what that's been like for you, what benefits you've gotten out of it.
So CLA has been a great networking opportunity and a great meeting point that brings, a lot of owners and collaborators and things together. At CLA meetings, we have great conversations with a lot of my fellow Atlanta owners. We talk about a lot of good stuff. Funny enough, Miss Yvette was at the table right next to me with this past CLA meeting, and we chopped it up a little bit. So that was a great thing. It's been very helpful. CLA does have a lot of helpful resources and questions and, structure and things like that you may have. I mean, if you go on their website, they have a great load of content that's just readily available at your access. So CLA has definitely been a great source. All the people a part of CLA are amazing, great people.
All the operators.
Yes, operators and board.
Right?
Yes, all of that. So great dealing with CLA, great being a part of CLA, and many things like that.
Thank you so much for allowing us to come into your space, for being so generous with your time and with your information and with your knowledge and showing us all around. This is wonderful. I know that people who watch this video are going to get a lot out of it. So I just want to say thank you, and we really appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am, not a problem. I'm very glad to have you guys all here. I'm glad you guys got a lot of insight and great information with touring the space. Yes, I'm happy to help and happy to, pass this message along to other people who are interested.
And we wish you all the best in your next venture and look forward to watching what's next for you. I know it's going to be terrific.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
If you're enjoying this video and you want to see more content like it, hit like and subscribe, and maybe even take the time to leave us a comment. We'd love to see it.